Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Roberta Qureshi, and this is the part 5th of the checkpoint session. And in this video, I'll be talking about the zone-based policies, okay? And then we'll be talking about time-based policies, how to set up the time-based policies, and then I'll be talking about multiple smart console administrators and how to set up and I'll be talking about section and titles and I'll be talking about the policy packages. So let me just brief you about these concepts here. So this side we have uh, in my last video I said I'll be using a Linux PC here, but now I have changed it to a Windows PC as I'm not that much comfortable with Linux, and then I cannot demonstrate things like so I'll be running later on services like FTP here, TFTP here, and we will do some file exchange. Okay, so this side is actually 10.6.0.0, right? So this one is dot 6 and this is 1.1.1.2, right? So in my last video of this PC was able to go to the internet via policy here, which said if the source is PC and the destination is any means anything in the internet, right? It will be united to this interface, that is 111, and that's why it was able to go to the internet, right? Reach the internet. And also I added the second gateway, this one, and also I had a policy for that, right? And then now in this session I'll be talking about zone based policy, right? So zone based policy, so zone based policy is a concept that all the firewalls do have, like in Palo Alto say trust and untrust, right? Trust and untrust. So like that, in ASA you say uh, inside and outside, right? Inside and outside. So likewise in this Palo Alto you have that concept, and we will use the word inside and outside. You can use trust as well as untrust, and then you can apply those in the policy, right? You can say like anything from inside going to outside, right, is allowed. Okay, so inside will this will be more wider in range of covering the devices inside as compared to a specific host, right? So likewise what we will achieve is a less number of policies on this gateway. So and how does this like firewall comes to know about the inside and outside? We go to that interface and say this is part of the inside, right? And and the way it knows when the policy hits is via the routing table. So when it sees the packet coming on that ingress interface, and then it checks that like ingress interface is part of which zone, right? If it's inside, and then checks the policy. Likewise, what is the egress port, right? So like that the policy will work, and I'll show you the demonstration also. And next is I will have a time-based policies. For example, you have in your like a corporate network, you have sales, you have accounts team, right? So say you have a need that your accounts team should only be able to access certain resources over the internet, or to the other side I mean on the branch offices, right? And you want to like segregate them on time base. So for example 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. only you will allow those traffic to pass through your gateway, right? So like that you can define the policies as well. And then there is the concept of multiple smart console administrator, right? So that is the change between R77 and smart console, right? Smart console admins, right? Console admins. So this is the change between R77 and R80, wherein in R77 you didn't have this feature. So now in R80 you can have multiple admins log in into your smart console, right? Smart console. So what I'll do is I will have a smart console in this PC also, and I'll install that here, and then I'll log into the manager using that PC and using a different account, right? I will create an account here. Not here actually. I'll be creating the account in this SMS server. Like from here we use admin account, right? I'll create a new account and then I'll use that to log in from the other PC, and we'll see what happens after that. And then I'll show you having multiple packages, like one package for this firewall, one package for this firewall, so it will be easy to manage, right? So without wasting much time, let's begin this video, and I'll start with showing you the. I'll close this uh, network diagram that we are working on, and this is the smart console. You can see this is my Windows PC, this is my client PC. I'll just power it up, and so first thing I want to show is your zone based policy, right? So for the zone based policy, let's check the policy as of now that we have on our smart console. So this Windows PC, right? So let me open up the browser. Let me maximize this, and I'll open the browser, and let's go to Gmail, right? So this PC has internet access, right? And that is because of two things. One is the policy, second is the natting that we did a pat, which is called the hide nat in case of the checkpoint, right? So the policy that is allowing is this one. So if you see, if I disable this policy and install the policy, uh, my gateway will lose connectivity. Okay, let this policy finish. Mm, I'll click install, and this will be installed on my gateway. So now that the policy has been installed, if I go to my Internet Explorer and try to reach, say, Google, this should not be allowed, right? Because I don't have any policy that allows my access to the internet, right? So let's do one thing. Let's create a zone-based policy. For that, what you need to do is you need to go to the gateway and assign the interfaces to the zones, right? So how do you do that? Is you go to the properties and go to the network management section, settings and section, and then you can, if this is not there, you just go and get the interface with topology or without topology. Once you get the interface, you click on that interface and click edit, and this ETH0 is my inside, right? So that is the trusted. You click on the modify, specify security zone. Here you see, here I will go and assign this to inside, right? If you want to create untrust or something like that, you can do here, and then I'll create inside, and okay. So this is anti-spoofing, right? I'll be talking about this later. So I'll press OK, OK, and I'll assign the other ETH1 interface, right, to the outside. So I'll go modify and specify, and then select outside, and OK and OK and OK, and then I'll publish this, and then okay, I'll install, so that is it gets published as well as it gets installed to the gateways, right? So install, and I'll wait for the installation to complete. Okay, this is publishing first, and then it will install. And okay, I'll install this, and then I'll wait for this to finish installation. Okay, now that we have the zones defined on the gateway, till the time this gets installed, this policy, I'll create a rule here. Okay, I'll create a rule. Right click on here and create a rule above. Okay, so just keep in mind that the policy goes from one to up to bottom, right? So all the allowed policy should be above the drop policy. So if I click above. Okay, so the policy has been installed, so I'll go here and click here, and I'll install a like create a rule above, or I'll try to create a rule below. Okay, so anyways, so let's define this the name of this rule as into out. Okay, let's edit this. Let's wait a second. This is very heavy. Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, so I'll define this as in to out. Okay, so here in the source you will specify the zone now, not the host, right? So I'll go inside, and source should be outside. So if I have to look for outside, yeah, select, okay, I selected. And then services, like services should be DNS, right? DNS, uh, right? And then HTTP and HTTPS, HTTP and HTTPS, okay. And I'll be allowing this action, and then I'll be logging this also. And this should be pushed to gateway one only. This should be specific to gateway one. So I'll just push this policy, and after this policy, my inside PC, right, the client, the PC that I'm using to access the console should be able to reach internet. And I will see that it is because of this rule number 4. Okay, the policy has been successfully pushed to gateway 1. Now I'll check my browser and I'll check the. Okay, now I'm able to go to internet, and I'll go to this policy and select logs, and I can see my PC is going to HTTP, is using the HTTPS services, and the policy that is allowing is rule number 4, right? So yeah, that's the zone based policy and how it is applied. And second thing what we will do is we will create the multiple policies, right? So for gateway 2 also I need to like have some policies, because I have a client here, right, this one. And let me check its IP. This should be 10.6.0.6. Yeah, this is 6, and if I ping my gateway, that is 10.6.0.112, right? That means, so yeah, I'm able to reach my uh, this gateway, but I'll not be able to reach internet because I don't have any policies on the gateway. So for that, I'll create a new policy package so that we will have different policy packages for different firewalls. This one is like you have to specify the target here, right? Install on gateway and gateway 2. So it becomes very hectic in the sense that you get confused, right? So it's better to create a different policies for different firewalls. So let's do this. How you do it is like, one option is you create here on the plus sign and then click on the manage policies. Second is you go to this menu and then again click on the manage policy. It will open up this window, right? So it's one and the same thing, different ways to do it, right? So I'll click here and it will open up the same window. So here what you do is, first of all, I'll just edit the standard one and I'll name this as the policy for gateway 1, policy gateway 1, right? And I have to specify the install target here. I'll add gateway 1 only here and press on OK. And then I'll create a new sorry, this is the edit option. I'll create a new one which says this is policy for gateway 2, right? Policy gateway 2, right? And then I'll specify the target as gateway 2, install target, specify plus, and then gateway 2, right? Okay, okay, and I publish. Okay, and okay, now I have these two, and I'll close this and then I publish this. Okay, so that all the admins can see this change. I'll not push the policy to gateway 2. I'll define the policies and I'll push it so that we can save some time. So let's just find out which policies are uh, like meant for which gateway, right? So I can see rule number 2 is actually meant for gateway 2. I'll just cut this and paste it here in the policy 2, and it should be above this, right? Paste above. So this is a cleanup rule and I'll paste it above. So I'll go to this cleanup rule and I'll log this, right? So I'll log it. Yeah, nice. So I don't need to specify the target here because I already have specified the target. So I'll just remove this. Okay, and then I should have the stealth rule, right? I should have the stealth rule. I'll copy this. Okay, I'll paste it above the cleanup rule, and I'll change the target to gateway 2. I'll just drag and drop this here, drag and drop, and I'll remove the gateway 1 because this is specific to gateway 2. Remove any drop. So this is the stealth rule, this is the cleanup rule. This is my GUI access, right, from the my PC that is on the LAN side of the gateway 1, right? So that should be like allowed, right? So that is that. And then I have another policy. Okay, The first one is management rule. Okay, for one, this is manager to gateway, and gateway to manager gateway to. Okay, this is for one only, and I need this one. So I'll not specify the target here. I'll just remove it, and I need a same policy for gateway 2 also. So I'll just paste it above here. Uh, so this should be. No, I didn't paste it. I have to delete, and then I have to go and paste above. So this is in and out, and I'll so because my client on the gateway 2 side, right, it should be also able to reach internet, so I need that policy for that also. So I'll define the inside and outside on the gateway also. So I'll go to the gateway, so we will have many changes and we'll push it one time, so that I don't have to wait again and again, right? I'll go to gateway 2 network management, and same thing that I did on gateway 1, right? Specifying the interfaces as inside and outside. So in this case, this E0 is my outside. So edit and modify, specify, and I'll select outside. Okay, okay. Same thing for each one, but this is inside. So I'll go modify, specify, and inside, and okay, and okay, and okay, right? So now this policy for gateway 2 is enough to allow my inside users to go outside using DNS, HTTP, HTTPS, except and log. I'm logging this. And what else we need is stealth is there, management rule I don't need for this. So looks good to me, right? Okay, okay. Let's push these policies to both the. So when I click here, right, I have to like do it twice, one for each for each one for the gateway, right? So when I click here install policy, this will prompt me for the gateway. So now I don't have the selection of choosing either gateway 1 and gateway 2, because I'm in the policy for gateway 1 only, right? So we'll see here I have gateway 1, and I think I have not selected this. It should not prompt me for this gateway 1. Let's wait for this policy to finish and then I'll check. Oh, I have not published actually, so that's why. So next time when I push any policies, I'll not be prompted to select the gateway. So for gateway 2, I'll not be prompted because this one I created a new one, right? So let's wait for this policy to finish. So this policy has been pushed to gateway 1. Now I'll go to gateway 2 and push the policy for gateway 2. So gateway 2 and install. So it's asking that this will be overwritten. Anyways, it's fine for us. So we know what we are doing, right? So let's wait for this policy to finish. Okay guys, so the policy has been successfully pushed to gateway 2. Now let's go to my PC here, client, and this is done, right? So one more thing I need to do is the natting, right? So I think I have done it. So I'll go to my console here on this, and I need to create Win. Okay, I have created this Win7 client. So okay, what you have to do is you have to create a new host here, right? So new host and create this Windows client, right, with this IP and NAT it, right? You have to NAT it, right? So when this PC goes out to the internet and hits gateway 2, right? Gateway 2 should mm, have a route, right? So it has a default route, reaches to the gateway, and you know that that a private IP will cannot go to the internet, right? So what we need to do is we need to have a netting for this PC. So for this purpose, I have done static netting. So about the netting in Checkpoint, I'll be creating a separate video and I'll be explaining to you the different types of NAT. But for now, what I have done is I've added a static NAT to this IP 199, right? And I've installed this on gateway 2 because we need this NAT on gateway 2. Okay, and I'll push it. I don't need to push it actually because it's already there, but yeah, I'll just push it like this. So now that the policy has been pushed to gateway 2 successfully, if you check the NAT in gateway 2, you will find a statement for that particular static NAT here. So let's open NAT and you can see the NAT here, right? So you have the WinPC any, original destination is any, and original service is any. Translated source is my Win client 7. That should be my this is my source, the original this IP, right? And the translated address. I'm not translating the destination, right? So the original source should be this one, this, and the netted IP is this one, right? Okay, so this is pushed on this, and let's move on to the Windows client and check if it's able to go to the internet, right? So I'll go here. I have defined the DNS in the settings, so I should be able to go to the internet. Yeah, I can see that internet access is there. So right, and this will be hit on the policy of inside to outside on gateway 2, right? So if I check and go to my policy and then go to my gateway 2 policy, and if I check the logs here, so I should find that rule number 2 should be allowing this traffic, right? So my client is this getting netted to this IP, and the rule number 2 into out is allowing this traffic. Okay, so that is the what do you say, separate policy packages for different gateways, right? And next that I'm going to uh, explain to you is a feature called the section. So what happens is in a corporate network, right, you will not have only like 5 or 10 policies, right? You will have hundreds and hundreds of policies. So you need to manage those policies in orderly manner, right? So if you want to troubleshoot, you should know the particular section you need to go to, right? So for that you have an option to create sections. What you do is, so for example, this is management section, right? You can see management traffic here. This is the user traffic here. This is the stealth traffic here. This is the cleanup rule, right? So likewise, what you do is right click, and in the new section title you create a section above and name that as management section. Uh, man, manage right, management. So this is your management, and this you create a section above which says this is your user traffic, right? User traffic. So user traffic, right? And this should be your new section above. This is your stealth section, right? stealt, it's stealth rule. And last but not least should be your cleanup rule, right? So clean up. So now this looks much cleaner. You can just uh, collapse these segments now. Now this looks really nice, right? So I'll publish this, publish and publish, right? So I'll do the same to policy on the gateway too, right? Let this be published. You can see the pen sign going away. That means this has been published. So I'll do this here as the GUI to gateway as management section. I'll create a section. I'll name this as management section, management section. Okay, this should be my user traffic. User traffic, and this is my stealth section. And this is my cleaner, right? So this is my clean up. Nice. So I can just collapse these segments and okay. So that's it, and I'll publish this. So these pen signs, right? These are like uh, the the changes that haven't been pushed. So you will see now that these changes have been pushed to the gateways. Now this is available for all the admins. So this is what section titles are, right? So this helps in creating the policies in an orderly fashion, so that tomorrow if you want to troubleshoot, right, you know where to look for, right? So that is done, and the next thing that I want to show you is the uh, what zone. I've covered the zone based policies. I've covered the section titles and the uh, separate policy package, right? Next is the time based policy, right? So let's define a policy for gateway 2 user traffic. We should have two policies, right? So right now the Windows client PC from the gateway to this one, right, is using rule number 2. So I'll create another rule. I'll copy this and paste that rule above this, or let's paste it like below. Okay, and what I'll do is I need to create a object, a time-based object. So for that, what I need to do is go to new and more, and you'll see this time, right? Time object. So you create the time object here. I'll create two objects. So as of now it's 9 p.m., right? 9:17 p.m. So I'll create this as 9 to say 9 p.m. to say like 6 a.m. Okay, so this is 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and the hours should be like in railway format, like 21 and 06. So 06, right? So I'll press OK, and this object, the field from must occur before the to field from to. Okay, so this should be in AM and this should be in PM. So let's create from 6 p.m., right? That is 18 to say 23:59, right? That is the midnight. So that we can cover this in this one. And then I'll create a new one, time and time. So now that should be from 12. It should be from 00 midnight to like say 9. I created that 6, right? I'll keep it as 18. So not 18, it should be 17:59 exactly. 17:59, right? So that 1 minute the traffic will be tough. So let's keep it at as 18 only. 18, right? Okay. So what I please fix. Oh, the name. Sorry. So this is from 12 to 12 p.m. Right? PM to 6. Actually, this okay. This is fine. So I created two time objects. Now I have to apply this time object to the policy, right? So you cannot see any section for time. So you have to right click on the bar and you will see that time is not selected. So you have to check that sign and you will get the time column here. So for now, this second policy was used. I'll add the time policy for like, which will not cover this is 12 p.m. Oh, I'll cover this 12 to 6 here, so that this is not covered by the rule number 2. So my should be mm, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. This will not cover 9 p.m. Oh, so this will cover. Okay, so now when I push this policy, the rule that will should be used should be rule number 3. So let's wait for this policy to be finished. So now that policy has been successfully installed on Gateway 2, let's go to my PC on the other side. This is this PC, and let's open up some YouTube uh, traffic, right? So let's go to this, and okay, so it's loaded. Now let's go to the logs here, and I'll check the logs on 3, because that will be, that will hit this traffic only. Traffic will hit this rule only. So if you check on gateway 2, there is no traffic, like current traffic. This was like old one, right? 920. I'll check on 3. It should have some traffic. So you can see 921. So this is the policy that was used, number 3, right? I told you. So this is because of the time section, right? That we used. So this is how you use the time-based policies, right? So next, what I'm going to talk about is the multiple administration, right? So what we will do is on this client, I will open up the console, smart console, and I will connect to my manager, right? That is like on the other side. Let me open up my diagram, right? This one. So this one, right? So I'm going to use the this PC, right? So I have the smart console here, and I'm going to connect through these firewalls to my manager. So do you think anything is needed here and here? So based on the policy, right? I have a policy that says here, right? The inside is a will be allowed to go outside. That is fine, right? And again, then I have a natting. That means it's getting natted to 199, right? On this interface, so that this firewall knows about 199, the source, right? And then this firewall has a policy. Does this has a policy to allow the outside traffic to go to this manager? We need to check that, right? So I'll close this and let's go and check, verify that. So for that, I need to go to my uh, smart client, and I need to go to the gateway 1, and I need to check the management. So this management rule says my PC1 should be able to go to gateway 1, manager should be able to go to gateway 2, and I don't think there is any policy that says out to in is allowed, right? So I'll go here and I'll create a new rule below that says this should be like mgmt console from client on branch. Okay, so this is this, and source should be, so here you need to think being the firewall. Okay, so when the traffic leaves from this gateway, right? Let's delete this. So from this gateway to this gateway, what would be the source IP? It will be the natted IP, right? Natted IP 199. So in the source, I have to specify that only, but not the original IP of the client PC, right? And destination is my SMS server, right? So like that, what I need to do is I need to create a host object, right? I'll create that host object, a good host, and I'll name this as natted uh, what client IP, right? So this is my 192.168.1.199. That is my IP, right? Netted client IP. So here in source, I'll give that only. So this is the one, and destination should be my manager. Okay, so this is the manager, right? And then services, right? I'll specify as any for now because we have multiple ports here. I'll accept and I love this policy targets. I know this is for gateway 1, so that is fine. So just to confirm that without this policy, the manager will not be allowed. And one more thing you need to do. So let's disable this rule for now, and you need to go to manage and settings. You need to, because we have only one admin, right? So we need to create multiple users here. So you create here, and I'll say sales, right? So authentication method you can use here if you want to use TechX Radius any server. I'll use checkpoint database only, and I'll type the password as capital T-E-S-C test 123, capital T-E-S-C test 123. user must change password on next login, right? So I'll not specify. If I check on this, when you log in with the test password, you will be asked to change that password. So I'll not click that, and I'll specify okay. Permission, okay, I'm sorry, the permission, I'm not given the authorization, what level of authorization it needs, right? So I'll make it as you super user. I'll create a new account, say accounts team, set password again, test test 123, test test 123, and in this I'll check this user must, you will see the difference, right? So I created this, I'll publish, also I'll install it, but I'll not create that, what do you say, the a rule. I'll not push the rule, so that you will know that this traffic will not be allowed, right? And leave this on gateway one. Okay, so let's wait for this policy to be installed. So now that the policy has been installed, I'll go to my Windows 7 client here, and I'll try the accounts here. I'll try test123. That is the password I set, right? Capital TEST123. So you'll see that this should be blocked on gateway 1, right? So I'll go to security policies, I'll go to gateway 1 here, and in the cleanup rule it should be dropped. So if I check the logs, there should be some logs that are being dropped, right, by gateway 1, origin gateway 1, and the source is this one, right? And this is some old rule. What about stealth rule? Maybe the stealth rule is okay. No. Okay, let's check on the client what is the condition. Okay, so I don't need that rule actually. So we need to know what is happening, right? So we'll go to the logs here, and we'll filter that source, right? Source will be my client, natted client IP, right? So I'll just go to logs, and let's check which rule is allowing this traffic. So if I go to, first of all, I need to specify this origin, right? Origin should be my gateway 1 only. So should be gateway 1 only. I need to check. Okay, so what happened is I went to my policy for gateway 1, and rule number 2 is allowing this traffic, right? So from gateway 2, if it's coming to manager, it's allowing this. You can see here, right? We can see manager and the gateway 2 client netted IP is there. If I just expand it, you can see the netted IP, right? So this rule is like bi-directional. Okay, so that's great, right? Okay, let's move on to my other side, that is this one, and I remember I checked that use prompt the user to change the password. Okay, so I'll do that 123 and admin 123, the new password, admin 123. Okay, and then change password, and my console should open, the smart console, and I will see the name of the administrator, that is, I think I logged into the accounts, right? And because I will go here, and you can see it's admin, and it says another connected administrator. I'll click here, and you can see the name of the administrator. If you go to more details, You'll find more details about that administrator, right, in the sessions, view sessions, right? You see my IP, and this is the admin IP, right? So if you go here, it's still launching. So this is a very useful because for auditing, right, in a scenario where you want to know that who made these changes, right, and what IP was he from, right, what is the time and what changes he did, right. So this is very useful in that perspective. So if I go here, likewise if I click here, so I can see admin and my account, right, more details if I click, so I can go to the details that I saw, right. So if so this is account, right? If I want to take over, I can do this. If I want to disconnect him, I can just click like this and gone. So this console has been gone, right? So yeah, so this is the multiple administrator console, right. So this is it for the video, and thanks for watching my videos. And if you like my content, please do subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and kindly share my videos. See you in my next video where I'll be talking about more features of checkpoint. Thank you. Bye bye all.